One of the things many of us are looking forward to once lockdown finishes is being able to go out and have a pint with some friends. Chapter 12 of Gentle and Lowly speaks about the topic of Jesus as a friend, a tender friend. And I confess it's a category that at times I've struggled to think of Jesus in. Back when I was younger, there was this song about heaven is a half pipe, and it talked about going and hanging out with Jesus and skating with him, and Jesus is my homie, that kind of thinking. Jesus is my homeboy. And I always reacted against that. I thought, no, he's not your homeboy, he's the king, he's the mighty king. And that is true, he is the mighty king, but the Bible's clear that Jesus is not inaccessible in his grandness. He's the mighty king, but the Bible's clear, chapter 12 points out that he's also a tender friend. Matthew 11, there's this condemnation, this accusation that is thrown at Jesus, that he is a friend of tax collectors and sinners. And the crowds, they meant it as an insult. These were the worst people to hang out with, and you're a friend with them, Jesus. But Jesus didn't treat it as an insult. And what does it mean that he is a friend to sinners? Well, at the very least, we're told here, it means that he enjoys spending time with them. It also means that they feel welcome and comfortable around him. In the series of parables in Luke chapter 15, it begins with saying, "Now the tax collectors and sinners were all drawing near to him. They are at ease around him." They sense something different about Jesus. Others hold them at arm's length, but Jesus offers the enticing intrigue of fresh hope, of friendship. And as we look at this chapter and continue to think about it, we see that this isn't just a passing moment of Jesus was like that when he was on earth, but now that he's in heaven, he's no longer like that. When we go to the end of the Bible, this great picture of the future that awaits Christians, those who belong to Jesus, there's this quote from Revelation chapter 3, where Jesus says to the wretched, pitiable, poor, blind, naked group of Christians depicted there, he says this, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door," what will Jesus do? Well, it says, "I will come into him and eat with him and he with me." Jesus will, as it were, share a pint with us. He will share a meal with us and have us sit down with him. The picture of the grand heaven that awaits us, this great picture of our hope, is a feast with Jesus. It is relationship and friendship. Jesus is the friend of sinners. And so let me finish by reading at the end of this chapter on page 120. We read this. Christ's heart for us means that he will be our never-failing friend, no matter what friends we do or do not enjoy on earth. He offers us a friendship that gets underneath the pain of our loneliness. While the pain does not go away, its sting is made fully bearable by the far deeper friendship of Jesus. He walks with us through every moment. He knows the pain of being betrayed by a friend, but he will never betray us. He will not even so much as coolly welcome us. That is not who he is. That is not his heart. If other friends fail, as friends may fail, yet this friend will never fail us. If we be not ashamed of him, he will never be ashamed of us. Now, I hope that you're humble enough to think of yourself as a sinner. I hope that you see that there's not a single day goes by where you don't fail God in some way, hurt those around you in what you do and what you fail to do, in the way you act and in your thoughts and in your words. Certainly that is a description, sinner, that would apply to me. But the Bible makes it clear Jesus is a friend of sinners. So I've put a song link in the comments for this video. I encourage you to listen to that song. It's about Jesus being friend of sinners, and think about what that means for you, a sinner, that the God of the universe in human form comes to be in friendship with you. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next week as we look at chapter 13 of Gentle and Lowly. Cheers.